And we're going to mix a couple of mixes that people order. Now this is something we do not keep these pre-mixed. They're made as the order comes in. And the first one we're going to make is an African Violet. This is a very popular mix, African Violet mix. And we'll start with that. And it is another hot one today. It's about 95 degrees outside, and we just have to make the best of it. I've been running around. I'm sweating like I should be working in a field somewhere. But let's make some African Violet. And normally, when we get it mixed up, we would put it into one of our retail bags. In this case, I'm just going to leave it in the pot, just so you can see how we do it. Okay, we start off with our Mountain West composted peat. We'll do 2 handfuls, and this is 2 parts of the peat, 1 part of soil, and I've already got that kind of mixed together. And I will show you the pictures of the factory bag of each product. That way you'll know exactly what I'm putting in it. But for this demonstration, the soil and the peat are mixed already. So we're going to do 3 parts of this. We're going to do 1 part of vermiculite. Didn't get quite enough there, so that's 1 part of vermiculite and 1 part of perlite. And again, my hands are not good measurements. Okay, and then this will be mixed thoroughly. And we do this in a big container. Again, this is just to show you, how we do it. And that's what the mix will look like in the bag that you would receive. And it's a 1 gallon bag is the smallest, or a 2.5 gallon bag. So the correct proportions of those products will go in and be mixed and bagged in our resealable bags. And what I mean by that is when you get it, the bag is sealed, but all you have to do is cut along the top, and we got to grab a paper towel here. I am dripping sweat. You would cut the bag, take out what you need, and reseal the bag. That way it keeps it as fresh as you can get it, but more important, it doesn't spill everywhere. Okay, the next mix that I'm going to mix up is, let's see what I got here. And here's a list of what all we sell. We've got about 100 different mixes. Okay, I just randomly chose these, mainly because it's easy to do. Okay, this one is for hibiscus. And again, my soil and my peat are already mixed. So we would take 2 parts of peat and 1 part soil and 1 part vermiculite. And this one doesn't have any perlite in it. And this is what the hibiscus mix would look like. Okay, and again, that goes in either a 1 gallon or a 2.5 gallon bag, depending upon the size that you need, in the resealable bags. So that's just 2 of the mixes that we do. Like I said, we currently have, I think it's 103 different mixes. So we've got a mix pretty much for any plant that you may have. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is, well, you can't really call it a repotting, but in one case it is a repotting. I'm going to pot a plant, and this is RLC General Grant Dark Joy crossed with RLC Valley Isle Charm Mallee. And here's the tag. Okay. We're going to take this one, and I'm going to mount it in this shell. This is just a really, really sharp looking shell, and it'll be mounted, and then I'll be able to hang it, like this. Okay, now with this, I'm going to take some coconut coir, some chips, and this is going to be my media for this plant. I want something that's light and airy, but will also, hold some water. And I had to find a small one, so this is one of my small ones. See all that off. It's looking really, really nice. Nice root growth. Got one big root right there. Pop that one right off. And right there. And all the others look really good. Okay. So I'm going to take some of the coir and put it down in the shell first. Kind of poke it up on the inside of it. That way it's got a little storehouse of moisture retention in the shell. Okay. Then I take the plant, the orchid, and carefully, for me that's not a good one. I'm almost never careful. I just poke it in there and go with it. But in this case, carefully get the roots to fit. And they fit in there just perfect. Then a little more of the coconut coir. Just pack it in as best that I can without damaging the roots. And it wants to come out, but just as soon as those roots take hold, it'll be in there for real. Just pack as much as I can lightly around the roots. And there we have it. So this is what it looks like. It'll be hanging like this. So it'll sit there and develop those roots down in the coconut corn. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then the other one I'm going to do, I'm going to mount, repot, whatever you want to call it. Oh, and I forgot the tag. This tag will be fastened underneath the shell so that I'll always know what it is. Okay, in this case, I'm going to take a Vanda and mount it in a Vanda basket. This is a Boomserm Beauty. It's one of the new ones. And I tried to find one that didn't have extremely long roots, because I may try to get it out. No, I'm not. I'm just going to let it stay in this basket because they're happy in the basket. And I did not bring any large bark with me, but that's okay. I'm going to take some of the coconut and just loosely break that up and put it in there. I just want something that'll hold this basket in the wooden basket. And this will be good. I've never used this alone. I've always used the Vanda bark, but in looking at this will work just as well, because all I want is something to hold that little basket in place, and something that's loose enough and airy enough to allow the roots to come through as they grow, and that will work perfect. And that one went much faster than most of them. So that's the tag on this one, and it will be fastened so that it will not come off, and it'll be hung with the 4-wire hanger. So that's a little show on what we do. We make the mix, custom mixes, and again, I think we have 102, and we're going to add more, as we find one that's needed. Custom made when you order it, so that it has the very freshest products. 2 different looks at the way I mount. You would have to call this mount, I guess, even though it's in a shell and in a Vanda basket. They're going to be hanging, so they're mounted, and so that's 2 different looks. And someone asked, could I give away a Vanda on one of my giveaways? How about this one? Vanda in a basket. And this will be our next giveaway, next Friday, a week from today. So remember, you must subscribe to the channel. You must leave a comment. The comment is your entry into the giveaway. And Just sit back and wait until you win. It's that simple. So, that's it for today. I'm glad you decided to come along for this journey. And we will do it again. So, you come back now.